update on blue row and possibly indigo and violet, so this will be slightly longer today. So blue row we planted and originally with lupins. They all got eaten and disappeared, so then we also implanted some borage. Some of the borage plants have started to come up, some of them have flowers on, notably the ones by the compost areas. We also did strips of quickly growing blue coloured flowers, so love in a mist, and some of those have germinated and are coming up. And then last week we planted some clary sage and Mexican mint. I think it's Mexican mint. And what's happened along here is that pretty much all of the clary sages have been eaten by slugs, and some of the mint plants have as well, and that is the case all the way along. There's a young borage plant that's been not growing particularly fast. There's some slug damage and slug damage there. Some of the young seedlings coming up there. Borage, mini borage plant. So that's what's happening on blue row. And so blue row is actually still looking pretty desolate. Indigo row, well, this is where we did the vole deterrent experiment. However, what has actually got pretty much 100% of these peas and beans looks to me like rabbits. And so unfortunately, because of all the canes, so there are about 21 canes where I planted three or more plants at the base of each cane, and 100% have been either chewed or completely destroyed, I think by rabbits, looking at the chewing pattern. Apart from in this bed here, and even there you can see that there has been some chewing going on. The violets that we planted, some of those are still alive, but yeah, unfortunately indigo row, this is probably the third time I've tried sowing beans in here. This row is also looking pretty desolate. And then last but not least is violet row. In this row there were lots of things planted. They've been consistently fleeced and consistently irrigated, and some of the plants have survived. The salsify that I planted originally has remained pretty much untouched by the voles, and they're starting to get nice. A few of the artichokes that I planted are alive still. Chinese violets cress that we planted last week, it looks to me like those have been damaged by slugs. But at least in this bed, because of the fleece, there hasn't been rabbit damage, and because of the pots, there hasn't been vole damage. Oh, look, this salsify has definitely been chomped by something, or perhaps that's been strimmed, I don't know. Sweet pea plants we planted by the trees, and they are largely undamaged. There's quite a few violets in this bed as well. They're growing. This plant here, I actually literally cannot remember what I planted here, and this one here as well, but it'll be some plant with violet flowers. So yeah, this bed looks like there's going to be more to see, but yeah, it's a shame to have to fleece the whole thing off for that to happen. But anyway, that is the update for blue, indigo and violet row in August.